Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bold and the Beautiful recap Deck 16 to 20. Shocking job offers, heartbreaking betrayals, and dreams shattered. The Bold and the Beautiful recaps for December 16 to 20 cover a week of backstabbing, schemes, and scandals in Los Angeles. Carter installed Brooke as CEO, Elektra was fired, Zend is playing double agent at the office, and so much more. At Forrester Creations, Carter, Lawrence St. Victor, and Hope, Annika Noel, celebrated a recent win by sharing an intimate moment in his office. There's nothing like stealing power to get these two hot under the collar. Meanwhile, Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang, recounted her heated argument with Ridge, Thorsten K. to Katie, Heather Tom, revealing that he accused Hope of overstepping and demanded she leave the property. Katie reassured her that Ridge would likely return and apologize. At the beach house, Ridge confided in Taylor, Rebecca Budig, and Steffi, Jacqueline McKins Wood, admitting regret for his harsh words. Though Steffi defended his stance against Hope, Taylor and Steffi comforted Ridge, emphasizing their support and suggesting life with Brooke often leads to pain. Elsewhere, Remy, Christian Weissman, sent Katie a digitally altered nude photo of Elektra, leaving her shocked as she discovered it. Meanwhile, Elektra, unaware of the brewing chaos, found solace in Will's support, focusing on her bright moments. As the episode closed, Carter and Hope reflected on their actions, acknowledging the potential fallout, while Ridge sought comfort in Taylor's embrace, surrounded by Steffi's encouragement. At the Cliff House, Eric questioned Ridge about handling the current situation, learning Ridge hadn't spent the night with Brooke. Ridge revealed he told Brooke he couldn't coexist with Hope on the same property. Meanwhile, Steffi supported the decision not to go to work, and Zend announced his resignation, stating he stood with his family. Ridge and Steffi convinced him to stay at Forrester to represent their interests. At Forrester's main office, Carter cleared the desk of all photos except Stephanie and Eric's. He called a meeting with division heads, welcomed Hope back, and committed to reviving hope for the future. Katie and Brooke, however, were dealing with a scandal involving Elektra, which led to her termination despite Ivy's protests. At Il Giardino, Remy reflected bitterly on his relationship with Elektra while Sheila urged him to focus. Elektra, in the salon, spoke fondly of Remy's support during her tough times, unaware of his anger. Will's questions about her past hinted at deeper connections. Back at the Cliff House, Steffi, Eric, and Ridge strategized about regaining control of the company, expressing doubt over Carter's leadership. They believed the takeover wouldn't last, confident in their eventual comeback. At the Cliff House, Steffi, Ridge, and Eric discussed the fallout of Carter and Hope's actions, expressing their frustration and disbelief over losing control of Forrester. Ridge doubted Carter's ability to lead, emphasizing the need for inspiration and vision in running a fashion house. Meanwhile, at Forrester, Carter proposed that Brooke take on the role of CEO, arguing her experience made her the ideal candidate. Hope agreed, but acknowledged it would complicate relationships. In the design office, Brooke and Katie informed Elektra she was being let go, despite Ivy's objections. Elektra, shocked and heartbroken, questioned the decision, while Katie justified it as part of a difficult transition. Later, Will confronted Remy about his connection to Elektra, warning him not to disrupt her career. After learning she was fired, Elektra broke down, feeling lost and betrayed. At Il Giardino, Remy obsessed over Elektra, hinting at manipulative intentions. Back at Forrester, Carter reiterated the need for strong leadership and urged Brooke to accept the CEO role. Though Brooke opposed the takeover, she recognized the importance of stability for the company's future. At Forrester Creations, Carter urged Brooke to become CEO, which flattered her to no end. Despite concerns about clashing with Ridge, Brooke agreed to take on the role. Meanwhile, at the Forrester mansion, Eric, Ridge, Steffi, and Taylor discussed the upheaval caused by Carter and Hope's sudden rise to power. Eric vowed to explore every legal option to regain control. Ridge and Steffi were furious, feeling betrayed by Brooke's support of the new leadership. Brooke's first act as CEO was to make a public announcement reinstating hope for the future and emphasizing her commitment to leading Forrester Creations. The news shocked the Forresters, with Eric and Steffi branding it a hostile takeover. Ridge felt deeply hurt, seeing Brooke's actions as a personal betrayal. At the mansion, Ridge confided in Taylor, lamenting Brooke's repeated failures to stand by him. Taylor comforted him, subtly suggesting that he deserved better. At Forrester, Carter praised Brooke's statement, but Zenda confronted her for enabling an unethical takeover. Brooke admitted her plan to ultimately return the company to Ridge, revealing her hidden agenda. The drama was in full swing at the Forrester mansion. Ridge and Taylor dissected Brooke's latest oops, with Taylor pointing out that Brooke's actions didn't exactly scream "I care about you." Ridge started realizing Taylor might have been right about Brooke all along. Sparks flew as Taylor's unwavering support seemed to rekindle old flames. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, Brooke had her own scheme brewing. She spilled to Zend that she took the CEO gig as part of a master plan to wrestle the company back from Carter and Hope. She promised to restore Ridge and Steffi's control and made Zenda swear to keep her bold move under wraps. Back at the Cliff House, Steffi vented to Finn about Brooke's betrayal, crowning herself CEO and leaving Ridge in the dark. Finn marveled at her audacity, while Steffi dreamed of her parents reuniting and leaving Brooke in the dust. As the night deepened, Taylor and Ridge's emotional chat turned steamy upstairs. Just as things got heated, Brooke arrived outside, ready to spill her motives. Unbeknownst to her, Ridge and Taylor were busy reigniting their old flame. Talk about timing. The week of December 16 to 20, 2024, on The Bold and the Beautiful was full of explosive moments, pivotal career moves, and emotional showdowns that altered the course of several characters' lives. From new job opportunities to bad romantic choices and shattered dreams, these episodes revealed the intricate relationships, ambitions, and struggles of the Forrester family, their loved ones, and their rivals. Monday, December 16, 2024, the week began with tension mounting between Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, as they continued working together at Forrester Creations. Hope, who has been struggling to accept the dynamics of her professional relationship with Thomas, was still trying to navigate her feelings toward him. Thomas, ever the manipulator, seemed to sense an opportunity to push Hope further into his orbit. Meanwhile, at the Forrester mansion, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, was faced with difficult decisions regarding his marriage to Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang. Ridge's ongoing internal battle regarding his loyalty to both Brooke and Taylor Hayes, Krista Allen, has put a strain on their relationship. Ridge's confusion over which path to choose intensified when he found himself confiding in Taylor, leading to a tender moment between them. Elsewhere, Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McKins Wood, and Finn, Tanner Novlin, were still in the midst of dealing with their own challenges, particularly the stress brought on by the revelations of Thomas' growing interest in Hope. Steffi remained wary of Thomas' intentions, especially considering how many times he has betrayed the family in the past. Finn, on the other hand, was focused on his burgeoning career as a doctor and keeping his personal life with Steffi stable. Tuesday, December 17, 2024. As the days passed, the tension in the Forrester family reached new heights. Hope was increasingly uncomfortable with the unspoken chemistry between her and Thomas, and she found herself questioning whether she was making the right choice by continuing to work so closely with him. Her personal and professional boundaries were being tested as Thomas pushed more aggressively for her approval and attention. It was clear that he wasn't just interested in working together. He was trying to rekindle the personal connection they once shared. Ridge's dilemma over his love life continued. Although he was clearly still in love with Brooke, his lingering emotional connection with Taylor couldn't be denied. In this episode, Ridge found himself at a crossroads, torn between the woman he had built a life with and the one who had always been there when things got tough. Ridge's indecision only complicated the situation further, making it difficult for Brooke and Taylor to move forward in their respective relationships with him. Meanwhile, Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, was struggling with his own guilt over the growing tension between Hope and Thomas. He couldn't help but feel that Thomas was manipulating Hope again, and his protective instincts kicked in. This sparked a heated confrontation between Liam and Thomas, who continued to push his agenda of getting closer to Hope. Liam's suspicions of Thomas were amplified when he overheard a private conversation between Hope and Thomas, causing him to confront his wife about her growing unease. In the backdrop, Quinn Fuller, Rena Sofer, and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, continued their blossoming romance, though it was evident that Quinn's feelings for Eric Forrester, John McCook, were still lingering. Carter, however, was determined to make things work with Quinn, despite the emotional baggage they both carried. Quinn's ongoing struggle with her feelings for Eric was threatening her new relationship, and it was clear that her past would not easily be left behind. Wednesday, December 18, 2024. Wednesday's episode was dominated by career and personal crises as characters made life-altering decisions. For Hope, the fallout from her increasingly complicated work relationship with Thomas came to a head. Hope finally made a bold decision to confront Thomas about their past, the present, and the future. She expressed that she needed to set firm boundaries between them in order to protect her marriage and her career. But Thomas, never one to back down, played his usual game of manipulation, telling Hope that they were a great team and that their success was inevitable. His charm seemed to momentarily win Hope over, but deep down, she knew she had to take control of the situation for the sake of her future. Elsewhere, Steffi faced the mounting pressure of managing her family's legacy while being pulled in various emotional directions. Her concerns over Hope and Thomas grew, and she turned to Finn for support. Finn was there for her, but the growing tension between the Forrester siblings was becoming too much to ignore. Steffi and Liam both agreed that they needed to step in before things got out of hand with Hope and Thomas. Their fears of a rekindled romance between the two were palpable, and they were intent on doing whatever it took to prevent a repeat of the past. Meanwhile, Ridge and Taylor spent more time together, with Taylor encouraging him to do what made him happiest. Ridge was clearly torn, but Taylor's presence seemed to give him some clarity. Despite the ongoing tension between him and Brooke, Taylor's warm embrace and understanding made it clear that there was still unfinished business between them. Ridge's heart seemed to soften as he became increasingly drawn to Taylor's support. In a lighter moment, the show featured a humorous scene where Wyatt Spencer, Darren Brooks, and Flo Fulton, Katrina Bowden, discussed their plans for the holidays. Despite the drama surrounding the Forrester family, Wyatt and Flo remained grounded in their relationship, proving that not all was chaos in the bold and beautiful world. Thursday, December 19, 2024. The episode on Thursday focused on major career shifts, particularly with the Forrester Creations staff. Hope took a significant step in asserting her independence at work, making a bold decision to seek a new opportunity outside of the shadow of Thomas. However, her move didn't come without its own set of complications. Hope was faced with a decision that could change the course of her career and her life. Leave Forrester Creations to pursue her own line or stay in the family business and risk losing herself in the process. Ridge, caught between the desire to protect his family and the reality of his divided heart, made a decision about his future with Brooke. Though his feelings for her remained deep, Ridge realized that the relationship had become strained beyond repair. Taylor, ever the shoulder to lean on, sensed the shift in Ridge's mood and made it clear that she would be there for him, no matter what. But Ridge's declaration left everyone on edge. He wasn't ready to completely give up on his marriage to Brooke, but it seemed that his future might lie elsewhere. Meanwhile, Thomas continued to stir the pot by pushing Hope to make a move that could impact both their careers. His charm continued to reel her in, and though Hope tried to resist, her emotions were clearly at odds with her professional stance. Thomas was still fixated on Hope, and while he made it seem like he was acting in the best interests of their line, it was clear that his motivations went far beyond business. Liam and Steffi, once again in agreement about the looming threat, worked together to try to dissuade Hope from trusting Thomas too much. Friday, December 20, 2024. The final episode of the week packed an emotional punch as characters faced the consequences of their actions. Hope's professional and personal life were on the line as she made a monumental decision regarding her future. She chose to part ways with Thomas and Forrester Creations in order to follow her own path. The decision was both empowering and heartbreaking for Hope, as it marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Ridge's complicated emotions came to a boiling point, leading him to make a final decision about his future. He expressed his feelings to both Brooke and Taylor, and though neither of them got the outcome they hoped for, it was clear that Ridge had made up his mind. However, the fallout from Ridge's decision was far from over, and the Forrester family would likely never be the same. Thomas, ever determined, did not take Hope's decision lightly. Though he had hoped that his manipulation would work in his favor, it became clear that Hope was stronger than he anticipated. His dreams of rekindling something with her were crushed, and he would now have to focus on salvaging his career and reputation. The episode ended with Thomas alone, staring out a window, contemplating what went wrong. As the credits rolled, the implications of the week's events were clear. Careers would be redefined, relationships would be tested, and dreams, both good and bad, were either realized or shattered. The stage was set for the next chapter in the lives of the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer families, with the consequences of their choices reverberating through their future actions.